Hello, hi guys, how are you? I am so glad to be doing this again with you. I am so happy and I'm so proud to just do this again with you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And for new members, you are in the right channel. You are in the very right channel for you to have just tapped into this. And you're so welcome. Be a family, subscribe, comment, and also like, and also refer your friends, okay? So in this channel, we teach each other and learn from each other how to be better social human beings and loving ourselves while at it, okay? So you are so welcome and please stay till the end. All right. So I'm just going to talk about life experiences, life lessons, growth, and just keeping positive, you know, being positive, life experiences, life lessons, growth, and keeping positive. And I'll I'll start by just giving you an awakening that I had some few weeks ago. I had this awakening in me. And when you're in your 20s, it's just the way you are free with life. You live the life the way you want. I mean, it just, at that stage, you're normally just living life as it is. You don't have a lot going on in your mind. You're just enjoying life and taking it as it comes and all that. And then now when that phase passes, now you hit the 3-0. Okay, so this is where my awakening, hit me. So when I hit the 3-0, I was just okay. It was just a normal thing for me. I was just like, okay, now I'm at the 3-0 level, and I took it as normal as possible and all that. But then there was this day. I just woke up and I had this awakening on me. And I remember that day I really broke down for like 6 minutes. I broke down for like 6 minutes. And in those 6 minutes, I couldn't really tell how or what I was feeling. But what I know is the feeling was a feeling of, uh, feeling like I have not achieved enough. Feeling like, now I'm just hitting the 3-0 age and there's nothing much important that is going on around me. Just a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts, a little regret here and there. So I just felt triggered. I really don't know where it came from and how it even got me to that level, but it was bad. Like, I literally broke down for like 6 minutes, just questioning myself about so many things. I was just asking myself, now you are at the age that is 3-0. You're just at this age right now. What have you really done for yourself? What are the achievements you've made? Like, just anxiety, thinking about it, and just feeling like, okay, I've made some few wrong choices here and there. So I remember that day I called a few of my inner circle friends just to tell them how I really had a breakdown that morning, just to think about, now here I am at age 3-0, and I look at my life, and I, I could feel like there's nothing much I've done. Like, investments wise, I wasn't there where I felt like in my 20s, by the time I'll be 30, I'll be having these kind of investments. Just everything, the way my life was revolving, my friendships, my partnerships. I just felt like everything was kind of stuck. I don't know if anyone has ever been in that situation, but for me, I just felt like I was kind of stuck, and it really got into me because it wasn't a nice feeling. I literally that day broke down in the morning. Remember, it was just in the morning and I was still in bed, and I was just like, oh gosh, like here I am at 3:00, and do I have anything substantial to say that I have achieved? No. Okay, apart from just the small businesses that I try do, and maybe savings here and there, but I just felt like I don't have a real tangible, thing to say that, okay, this is what I've invested in and this is where it's taking me and this is where I'm going. I just feel like it's like I'm now starting to live my life at 3:00, and it was very overwhelming. So I shared with few of my friends, and they said one or two, three things, but then the feeling did not go away. So I had to actually start doing some inner work with myself and ask myself a lot of tough questions, and even just to get to the level whereby where I could ask myself, how did I even reach to this state whereby I'm now re-evaluating myself and asking myself these tough questions of what have I achieved so far, how did I get myself in this or that. I basically felt like a lot of things were not going my way at that moment. Like just a lot of things were not going as per how I had visioned my life, and I just felt like everything was falling apart, and there was just this feeling of, I feel like I'm stuck, and it's like there's nothing I can do. I don't even have the strength to, gear forward. Like I was just, I don't know, like I couldn't even see light, at the end of the tunnel. So what did I do? I decided to contact I just decided to contact my therapist. I got this therapist like 2 months ago, and there was something I was going through within myself that I had to look for a therapist, so I got one. And I remember I just shared with her the things that are going around me in my life, to do with finance, to do with where I am goal-wise, to do with even all dimension of relationships that are in my life or I'm being involved with. Okay, so I had to share with her, and I had to open up, and I had to really talk to her and tell her how, I just woke up this one morning, and I really had a breakdown of how my life has turned out to be and the things that I've been trying to achieve, and I feel like they're not coming through for me, and they're taking longer, and it's like I cannot see a way out of that situation. And she gave me some few advices on how to go about it, and I think it really helped me to some stage, though we are still going on. But I felt like I should share this with you. You could be there just like me, going through the same phase. Maybe you've hit the 3:00s, or maybe you've hit the 4:00, or maybe the 5:00, or just somewhere in between, and you feel like things are not going the way you had planned. Your plans are not turning out to be the plans you had in your mind, and somehow you feel stuck, and you feel like, okay, you have nothing to show that, this is what I've been working for. You could be in that state, okay? Or maybe you've hit your 3:00 or your 4:00, and you feel a lot of anxiety. You don't know where to begin or where to start, and all these overwhelming feelings within you make you really feel kind of stressed up each and every moment, or even depressed. So I felt this could actually help me. I won't go into deep details on the things that she touched on, but I think I'll just give you a tip of it that I'm sure will help you, you were once, or you are in the same situation that I was once in, and I guess it will help you if maybe you start with a few things that she told me to start with, to help you at least come out of that situation where you feel like you can't, and you really can't go forward because of one or two, three things. So these are the solutions that she gave me, and I hope they're gonna help you if you are in the same situation, like the situation I had some few weeks ago. One, she basically advised on me having this time alone to just navigate within myself and meditate upon my life, and just try to basically get the answers as to how I go to this level of thinking that I'm stuck, and I'm having this anxiety of getting to 3-0, and I have nothing so substantial to show. So she actually advised that I should go back to my inner self and try to look for those answers. How did I even just get to the level of questioning myself about my achievements and all that? And there's something she said, and it really touched me. And she was like, do you think the pressure you are giving yourself about the achievements that you wished you'll have had by the time you reach 3-0, do you think they are coming from within, like you wanting to have this growth, or do you think this thing is coming from the outside pressure, like probably your friends, or maybe people that you look up to? Do you feel like maybe the people that you associate with are going forward, and you feel like you are not? Like, where is this pressure coming from? Is it coming from within or without? So once you get to know where this is coming from, I think it will be easy for you to navigate and know the solutions to work on when it comes to this problem. And I think one of the best things she ever told me is, if this is coming from without, the pressure, maybe your age mates are at some step where you are not, or it's just coming from anyone that you associate with that keeps on maybe reminding you of maybe you not having reached the level that maybe they feel like you should have reached, then maybe you should just sit down and talk to them and tell them to give you a little break and not to pressurize you. And if it's not possible, you ought maybe to distance yourself, because sometimes it can get mental, okay, when you keep on feeling like you're not adequate in whatever you are doing, because it's coming from the outside pressure. And she also said, if maybe you feel like it's coming from the fact that your age mates are way ahead of you and you feel like it's pressuring you, I think it's high time you evaluate yourself. Okay, why are you feeling this way? Is it because you don't believe in yourself? Is it coming from a point of low self-esteem where you feel like you have to have the same measuring level with your friends, whereby each and every step they take in their life, you also feel like you should also take in your life? So I think according to her, she was like, if the pressure is coming from within, then good, just evaluate your life and see where you can change. And what you cannot change, you don't need to pressurize yourself on it and make yourself appear miserable. Yeah, so I think that is one of the things she said that really touched me, and I got to really get to the bottom of where the pressure was coming from. Yeah. Then she also touched on another thing, which was the fact that I should also ask myself, is this feeling coming from a place of fear, or it is coming from a place of just positive challenge, just challenging myself as a person to have this growth in me. So sometimes, according to her, sometimes she pointed out that we make most of our decisions because of fear. We make most of our decisions because of fear. It could be fear of losing money, fear of losing friends, fear of losing a partner. So sometimes our decisions are made out of just the fear of losing something from our life, which actually most times will make us make decisions that we will come to regret later on. So if we can do away with fear when we are making decisions and just take time before you make any decision, either money wise, relationship wise, anything that comes in, business wise, you have to take your time and evaluate what it will need you to be and how you are going to run it and how things will turn out and all that, just to scrutinize everything that you are about to make decision about before you make. And you make sure that whenever you make any decision, whether it's quick or slow, you have to actually get within you and make sure that you are making it out of courage and not out of fear. So any decision that you make out of fear will automatically turn out to work against you. So fear is one thing that could maybe the fact that it's giving you pressure, just because you feel like, okay, now I'm in my 3 years and I feel like life is stagnating and my age is going forward. Another thing that she actually made me really have a different view of my life is the fact that she pointed out that no one, of course including you and me, no one should feel down for the fact that things are not going as they wish. Okay, so in simple terms, it is okay. It is okay. Okay, it is okay when things are not going as you wish in your life. It is very much okay. It is okay, and you should always be okay with that. Things will never turn. Things normally will not always turn. What am I saying? Things will normally not turn. Excuse me. Things will, on most times, not turn as you had planned or as you had expected. Sometimes things will turn out as you had planned, sometimes they won't, and it's still okay. It's still okay. You have to set your mind in that line that you will plan things and they will not go as you had planned. You will even make decisions that will not work for you. Okay, you will wake up knowing that you're going to be okay and you just turn out not to be okay, and it's okay to be in that moment. It's okay when things don't turn out to be as they're supposed to be in your life. Just make peace with that and work on solutions. And if you cannot control it, do not force it. Do not force it. Do not beat yourself about it. So it's okay if things do not turn out the way that you had planned. And life is that way. Okay, life is that way. Even the simplest things, there are very many simple things you plan. Simple things as even just waking up at a particular time and you find yourself having woken up at the time you didn't even plan, or late. You plan to wake up at 7 or 8 or 6 or even 5, and you get yourself waking up at even 10 or 11. You didn't plan. You actually planned, but you didn't plan that this is how it will turn out. You can sleep very healthy. You wake up in the morning, you're feeling sick. So I think the fact that she said it's okay not to be okay, it's okay for things not to turn out as you had planned, really ticked something in me. It really ticked something in me. Also, gratitude is another thing. Gratitude. She said a very interesting thing, and to me it felt very interesting. And she was like, most of the time when good things happen, we'll be bubbly, happy about them, speak to our friends, our family, talk about the good news, feel nice about it. But most of the time when bad things happen or things turn out to be opposite of how we expected, we complain, we regret, we become so sad. And it's like the happiness over something that has happened that is good to you is normally shorter than the sadness that you experience when something bad happens to you. We tend to elongate time for sadness than happiness. Unfortunately, that is how, as human beings, we are. So she was like, gratitude, whether things are going well or not, is something that basically advice that I should do, what I should focus on. And I think that is a good thing. That was a good thing that she pointed out, the fact that gratitude is a must. And she was like, I want you to be thankful about the things that you have already, the things that you've already had. It doesn't matter how small they are. Start by being thankful every day about them, and then be more thankful about situations and things that are not going your way. Be very thankful, because sometimes you might be forcing things to go your way, but you just don't know what the divine power is saving you from. Okay, you might be so mad that the business you're trying to work on is not working, but you don't know what the divine power is protecting you from. Maybe this business will turn out to be something that does not make your life happy. Okay, so you just have to be thankful and say, okay, today or this thing I'm working on is not coming through, and I just want to thank God for this situation, because something good is gonna come out of it. Yeah, if you lose money, yeah, it feels bad that I've lost money, but I want to thank God for this situation, because something good is going to come from it, and there's no loss. There's no loss in this in my life, because I know it will come up. It will come to me in much of abundance. Okay, so remind yourself about that. Remind yourself that, yeah, it's happening, but at the end of the day, it will result into a very good thing or situation. So she actually insisted on, whenever something happens that makes you feel bad, first of all, be thankful about the situation, because there's a lesson and there's a message and there's something good waiting for you at the other end. And this actually resonated with me so much, simply because I've come to experience people, whether virtually or physically, who had to go into a turmoil. And I had this specific friend who had set up her business, and I remember her place had fire incident whereby everything she had invested on really went down to ashes. And within 6 months, she put up another store. And I can assure you, this store actually brought so much profit than the store she had previously. And she was like telling me, I'm so surprised, and it's like this is a miracle that I never even imagined in my life. The fact that I lost everything that I had invested in. I even was having debts, because remember, she had to settle some debts. She was to settle some debts, and at the same time, she was still to look for capital to again start another business. And from that situation, she said, I mean, she was even surprised for the fact that in the current business, she's making double what she was making in the first business. And when my therapist said this about having more gratitude, and when something bad happens to you, it didn't make sense until I resonated with the experience that my friend went through, that sometimes it is for the good. So instead of just staying in the same situation, complaining, getting mad, being sad all the time, I think it's good to give gratitude and, you know, focus on where the divine power will direct you to, and pick yourself up and go on and, you know, find a solution that can work for you. Yeah, so showing gratitude, having gratitude, being just thankful for everything that happens in your life, I think that really resonated with me. Another thing she said is that no one is actually responsible to, you know, to lead me or to show me how my life is supposed to be, or where I'm supposed to be, or how I'm supposed to live. No one is, in short, she said, no one is responsible for your life. No one is responsible for your life. I know your mama and your papa were responsible for your life when you are younger, but as you age, as you become an adult, no one is gonna be responsible for you. I mean, your parents will always be responsible for you in terms of emotional support, sometimes finance, sometimes even just physical support in 1 or 2, 3 things, spiritually also. But remember that they can do all that, but if it is not coming from within, that you have to change some things in your life, no one will save you from that, my dear. No one, no one. It's, if you want to get into something that is going to destroy your life, no matter how many talks you will be given by your parents, no matter how much financial support they'll support you spiritually, you know, all that, no matter how much counseling you'll go through by their help, but as long as it's never going to come from within you, then there's nothing that will change. There's nothing that will change. So in this, she just meant that no one is responsible for your life. No one is responsible for your life. Even the people that love you the most cannot help you if you don't help yourself. And I think I want to believe she really said the real truth here, okay? That no one is actually responsible for anyone. No one is responsible for me. No one is responsible for you. It's for you to start it, and then once you start it, someone, the universe will send someone to help you along the way. But it has to start with you. Everything starts with you. So you will never blame anyone for anything in your life that turns out to be bad. You will never, you know, say that these things that are happening to me that are good is because of so and so. No, it began with you before you attracted the right people around you. So no one is responsible for you. It begins with you and it ends with you. Yeah, so also she pointed on having a self-improvement journey each and every day, just bit by bit, no pressure about it. I think her point was, I don't need to pressure myself over anything. I think the best thing is to keep on growing. The small steps that I make in my life are very important to just acknowledge them. You have to acknowledge every little accomplishment you make in your life. Every little accomplishment, every little, doesn't matter how little it is, you have to appreciate the little so that you can get to the bigger ones. So appreciation and just improving yourself each and every day. You improve yourself bit by bit until you get there. Okay, so self-improvement is another thing she pointed out that could actually make each and every human being appreciate where they are and even appreciate the things that they have been able to accomplish in the longer time or even in the shortest time. So self-improvement is the biggest boost for confidence in any human being. So you have to start small when you're improving yourself. You don't need to go up the mountain, okay? You have to start from the bottom as you climb up until you reach there, okay, top of it. Yeah. So I'll finish by saying that we must be kind to ourselves. I mean, we need to give ourselves a break at times. We have to be kind to ourselves, give ourselves a break at times. You know, be soft to ourselves, not to give ourselves too much pressure, not to push ourselves so much. Sometimes this body of ours actually needs to reset, our mind needs to reset, so it's good to take a lot of rest and enough rest. It's also good to just hold on the brakes and just get your mind out of situations so that you can have a clear vision, a clear way forward of how you're going to live your life and all that. So sometimes it's good to hit the brakes and just give yourself a break physically, you know, emotionally, just so that you can be better in whatever you are yet to do for your life. So let's be kind to ourselves. This, she actually really insisted. Let us learn to be kind to ourselves and listen to our body. When your body says, now you're tired, please give it a rest. Okay? When your mind does not want to do anything, please don't force. Okay? When you just want to have your time and think through things, please give yourself that time. Don't keep on pushing yourself so hard, being so hard on yourself, criticizing yourself, being so mean to yourself that you don't even give yourself time to relax and reset. Just try and, you know, more and more be loving to yourself in each and every situation, and you will turn out to be the best of yourself, the best version of yourself, because it is a journey we are going through, and in this journey we all want to be happy in it. We all want to feel fulfilled, and because of that we ought to actually be kind to ourselves. So I hope this a few lessons I've given you, that was given to me and still is being given to me, is gonna help one or two persons who are going through the same thing, and I believe they are going to benefit, or you are going to benefit from it, and you look behind and say, okay, fine, this actually worked for me. I'm happy I actually found Marianali's YouTube channel. So with that, guys, I want to thank you for being here to the end. I believe so. You are here to the end, and I hope you've really benefited. If you have anyone around you that's having a very rough time just hitting a certain edge, and they are having this anxiety in them and a lot of self-doubt and all that, you can refer them to this channel so that they get to listen to and see this video, so that they can be helped in one way or another. And for that, thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, comment, like, and suggest any other thing that you love me to talk about to you next when we meet. And for that, that's a bye. Bye, guys.